My name is Toyin, and I am a Christian life coach and the founder of the Narrow Gateway. Welcome to this week's Truth Turner. Our topic this week was Godliness versus Goodness. Godliness versus Goodness. And this was a devotional that was submitted by Fumi Amonsuna. If you want the written version that she wrote, please go ahead and check it out on my website, www.thenarrowgateway.com. I am going to share with you in this video basically the general import of what Fumi Amonsuna spoke about in her written devotional, and then I'm just going to share my thoughts about the devotional with you. So let's get right into it. I was so excited when I received this devotional because the topic is deep. It's deep and it's so real and it's so pertinent in the world that we live in now. And of course, when we're doing life behind the narrow gateway, we're tackling those tough issues. We're tackling those tough sort of like high-level circumstances that take place in our world. And we're saying, you know what, we need to have answers. We need to have answers. We need to understand the why. We need to understand the God view so that we can do what? Align. So I'm excited about today's devotional. What is goodness? What is godliness? What is goodness? What is godliness? And why does it matter? Why do I need to know what goodness is and versus what godliness is? For me, this is a really critical question because it goes to the issue of what we're doing when we say we're doing life behind the narrow gateway. You know, it goes to the question of why bother? If there's another way to life, if there's another way to this life, you know, the God life, then why bother? If goodness is perhaps the way to life, then why should I bother about godliness? Shouldn't I rather just focus on being good? Which is what many people do, isn't it? Even after we become Christians, as Christians, many a times we feel like, you know what, I'm very kind, I'm a compassionate person, I'm a friendly person, I'm not judgmental, I'm humble. These things that I'm describing, you don't have to be a Christian to be these things. There are good people out there. Within the church, there are good people. Within Christianity, there are good people. Outside of Christianity, there are great people. And you find yourself saying, wow, geez, I need to be more like them. You know, they exhibit characteristics that are excellent. You know, they're really good. So when we encounter people like that, what do we say to them? You know, what is our story? When we say you need Jesus to somebody that's good, and they're like, yeah, for what exactly? Why do I need Jesus? I'm doing very well all by myself. So we have to ask ourselves the question, what are we supposed to be pursuing? Are we supposed to be pursuing goodness? Are we supposed to be pursuing godliness? Are we supposed to be finding a mixture of both of the two? What are we supposed to be pursuing as children of God? I actually feel that this question is so pertinent because I believe it has prevented a lot of people from making a choice for Jesus Christ because they're like, I just don't know why. I just don't know. In fact, you might be listening to me now and you might feel like, you know what, you don't really understand what Jesus has done in your life. Yes, you're a Christian. Yes, you have believed in Jesus, but yeah, you've made some conscious choices to do things better, to stop doing the bad things that you used to do once upon a time, and you now do good things. Maybe you support your family well, you know, you're good, you're kind, you're giving, you know, all sorts of things, and you're like, to be honest with you, I don't know what difference Jesus has made in my life. The flip side to that is that there are many Christians who are like, yes, I believe in Jesus, yes, and so therefore they have defined their godliness by what they do. So they say, you know what, you don't find me doing scandalous things. In fact, actually, you find me in the church. I am teaching in the church. I am preaching. I am, serving people. I'm praying. I'm reading the Bible. You don't find me doing all the bad things, right? So I am a godly person. I remember when I was younger, I used to hear people say things like, he's a Christian, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, so he's a Christian, right? I mean, really, is that what makes us good or godly, I should say? Being morally decent, is that what makes us godly? Living respectable lives, is that what makes us godly? Being dutiful at home or at work, is that what makes us godly because we're disciplined and friendly? And is that what makes us godly because we work hard? Is that what makes us godly? I'm asking these questions because I want us to really, really think about it. Does being a good person amount to being a godly person? Now let us dig into the Word of God, because of course we're always about WITNG. What is the narrow gateway? What does the Word of God say? What is the God view? And when we find that out, we do what? We turn and we align. So our text for today is taken from Colossians 1 verse 9 to 10, and it reads as follows. For this reason, since the day we heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you. we continually ask God to fill you with the knowledge of His will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives, so that you may live a life worthy of the Lord and pleasing Him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God. Now, this is a prayer that Paul was praying for the Colossians, and he was basically praying that they would be filled with the knowledge of God's will and that they would have spiritual wisdom and understanding. He was saying that if they were filled with God's will, if they were filled with the knowledge of God, then they would be able to live a life worthy of the Lord, a life that pleases God, a life that is fruitful in every way, a life that is constantly growing in the knowledge of God. Now, we learn a lot from this passage about godliness. The first thing we learn is that godliness, according to the Bible, is not actually first and foremost about what you do. Rather, it is first and foremost about the state of your heart towards God. I want to repeat that. Godliness is not first and foremost about what you do. It's not about being good. It's about the state of your heart towards God. A broken spirit and a contrite heart, these, O Lord, you will not despise. The Lord desires truth in the inward parts. There's a song that says that. So the question is, are you all about passionately pursuing that God life? Are you seeking to know His will in all circumstances? Are you submitting to God's will and then allowing Him to work in you to help you align with His will? Godliness is actually about being Christ-centered. It's not about doing things. It's about the fact that you have set your gaze on Jesus. You have set your gaze on the Lord and you have chosen, I am following you. I want to be more like you. I want to know your will. I want to know you more. I want to be intimate with you. That is godliness. It's about your attitude towards God. It's about your choice to surrender to God. And from this passage that we've learned, that we've read today, out of that place of surrender, out of that place of setting your gaze on the Lord and passionately pursuing Him, out of that place comes the goodness. So goodness is actually a product, it's a fruit of godliness. It is not godliness in itself. Godliness is actually the pursuit of the knowledge of the will of God, the pursuit of the face of God, the pursuit of the heart of God, the pursuit to know the Lord. That is godliness, and that is the difference between being a good person and being a godly person. And I want to flip it again in a different way. If we're saying, is this person godly? So we find a person that is good. This person, and I've described a good person already, but this person can go about life with little or no thought of God's place in his life. This person gives no weight to God's heart on the issues that he encounters on a daily basis. This person has no sense of accountability towards God, no real love for the Lord, no desire to please God, no desire to know Him more, no desire to know about Him. This person might be a good person, but sadly, guys, and we need to be bold enough to admit this truth if we really are subscribing to what the Word of God says. Sadly, guys, this person is not a godly person according to the Bible. This person is a good person. So what does this mean for us? It means that we have choices to make when we're doing life behind the narrow gateway. It means that we need to examine our lives. We need to say, you know what? Have I made goodness my pursuit? Or have I made godliness my pursuit? What am I chasing? Have I said to myself that, you know what, actually, it's all good because I'm a good guy. So it's all good. Because if that is the case, then where does that leave those people who struggle with being disciplined? Because if you're a disciplined person, you can be a good person because you can tell yourself that, no, I'm not going to do this, I will do that. There are many people who are not disciplined, who do not have the grace to be disciplined. So how about them, right? So if you have built your life and you've built your Christianity on the fact that you're a good person, this is your opportunity to think again. This is your opportunity to say, you know what am I pursuing? Am I pursuing godliness or am I pursuing goodness? When we're doing life within the narrow gateway, guys, our pursuit is not goodness. Our pursuit is actually godliness. And like I said before, goodness is a product, a fruit of godliness. So we pursue Christ. We pursue knowing Him. We pursue pleasing Him. We pursue loving Him. We pursue serving Him. Godliness has to be our pursuit. Let us pray. Father, we thank You for today. Thank You for the opportunity to spend time in Your presence. We thank You for the opportunity to be reminded of what it is that we are meant to be all about. We thank You for the fact that we don't have to rely on our own goodness in order to make it. Because not all of us have that thing in us that enables us to just be good all the time. Except you. All we have, Lord, is you. We want to pursue Jesus. We want to pursue that God life. We want to pursue your face. We want to pursue your presence. We want to know you more, because we know that out of that, that is what godliness is. And flowing from that, all the goodness, everything that we need that pertains to life and godliness, we get from pursuing you. So Lord, we thank you. We thank you, Lord, and we want to make a commitment today. We want to make a choice, Lord, to pursue godliness, the God way, the biblical way. In Jesus' name, amen. Guys, let's have a last word. Today's topic was very real. It was real for me. I hope it was real for you. It's a tough topic. It's an emotive topic. It's a huge topic. When we do life in the narrow gateway, we are saying we will take on the tough questions. We'll take them on. We'll tackle them. We'll seek the God view, and we will align ourselves with it. So yes, tough topic, but guys, I really hope it gripped your hearts the way it gripped mine. And if you're somebody who has been living based on your own goodness and your own sense of being a good person, maybe you might feel right now that I've pulled the rug from under your feet. That's not my intention, but my intention is always definitely to convict you with the word of God. If this is you, I want to encourage you. Please do not don't feel despair. Don't feel discouraged. I want to encourage you that, you know what, it just means that you've got a choice to make today. You've got a choice to say, you know what, I'm either going to say, guys, I'm all good with just being good. I'm all good with just being good. Or you say, you know what, yes, it's great to be good, and there are good people out there, but I have made a choice to be godly. I have chosen to pursue that God life, that Christ-centered life. And if you make that choice today, then I would invite you to please send me an email and let me know your thoughts. Just let me know how you experienced this devotional today. If you have any questions, I want you to reach out to me, please, on thenarrowgateway@gmail.com, or you could just comment in the comment section. Thank you so much. Emotive one, deep one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Critically, I want to end this by saying I am Toyin, fully convicted by my own words and very much still under construction in the hands of the Father. Until next time.